The Realme 10 Pro Plus, the brand's latest addition to its signature number series, has been officially launched 3 months ago. The smartphone's starting price of $250 suggests that the lineup has moved away from its budget roots and into the realm of mid-range handsets. The 10 Pro Plus has enticing specs and is the country's first phone to be powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 1080. With the Realme 10 Pro Plus marketed as a near-flagship experience at an affordable price, it's time to see if it lives up to expectations. The design language of the Realme 10 Pro Plus certainly attracts attention. While I'm not a fan of the hyperspace color variant's glittering glossy back, I do like the patterns that emerge from the camera lens when viewed from various angles. The device is also one of the thinnest and lightest smartphones on the market, weighing only 173 grams and measuring less than 7.8 millimeters thick. This fact is amplified when you consider the Realme 10 Pro Plus also includes a 5000 mAh battery on the inside. The volume and power buttons on the side are quite slim and match the overall appearance of the device. A USB Type-C port, a speaker grille, and a dual SIM slot at the bottom round out the features. The phone has a stereo sound setup, which is facilitated by the earpiece. There is no distinct camera housing to enclose the 10 Pro Plus optical setup. Instead, 2 massive rings protrude from the back, giving the impression that the sensors are larger than they are. Nonetheless, the entire phone has a sleek appearance and is aesthetically pleasing to use. Moving on to the Realme 10 Pro Plus display, I must say that the company did not disappoint. The device's front features a curved AMOLED panel, a first in this segment, which adds to the phone's premium appearance. In addition, the display can refresh at 120 Hz, which is always nice to see, and it has full HD+ resolution. Realme has attempted to maximize screen real estate while keeping the device's footprint as small as possible, resulting in extremely thin bezels. The screen itself is optimized for viewing pleasure, with features such as HDR10+ certification and a peak brightness of 950 nits. I watched Netflix's 1899 on the device and was blown away by the amount of detail, dynamic range, and accurate colors available. To summarize, the Realme 10 Pro Plus display is one of its strongest points. Realme has also boasted about a few industry-first features on the device. The first is a 2160 Hz PWM dimming mode that, according to the manufacturer, maintains more accurate colors at lower brightness levels. I can't provide a metric to quantify this, but I can say that at night, the Realme 10 Pro Plus is easy to use and doesn't strain my eyes. The second is an X-Touch anti-mistouch algorithm, which has been intelligently optimized to reduce mistouches across the panel, according to the company. A curved screen does introduce accidental touches, but they were minimal during my use of the Realme 10 Pro Plus. The Realme 10 Pro Plus has a triple lens setup at the back, with the primary shooter sporting a 108-megapixel sensor. This is supplemented by an 8-megapixel ultra-wide and 2-megapixel macro shooter, as well as a 16-megapixel selfie camera on the front. The sensor handles daylight shots well, and most phones in the mid-range segment can take a good shot in those conditions. The Realme 10 Pro Plus is no exception, with crisp and detailed photos on offer, though there is some highlight clipping in bright sunlight. The dynamic range remains optimal, and I was pleasantly surprised by how well the phone reproduced real-life colors. The device's focusing and shutter speeds were never an issue, and I liked the exposure control on the primary shooter. In terms of detailing, the ultra-wide sensor remained uneven. It also has a much warmer color tone and isn't very good at compensating for sunlight. On the plus side, there is very little warping around the edges, which is a flaw found in several competing phones. The macro shooter can take halfway decent shots with good colors and details, but with only 2-megapixel resolution, the image will only look good on a mobile screen. The device's night photography capabilities certainly impressed me. Most of my shots had ambient lighting around the subject, but the phone's final output was quite appealing. The extra exposure was adjusted, the colors were kept, the lens flare was reduced, and the details were not overprocessed. These characteristics were enhanced by the dedicated night mode, which also added more detail in the shadows. Finally, facial oversharpening remained an issue with the selfie camera, but aside from that, the device produced respectable results. Under the hood is MediaTek's Dimensity 1080, which is manufactured on a 6nm process. I ran a number of benchmarks to assess its capability as well as how well it performed under sustained load. The device received an Antutu overall score of 514,042, while Geekbench 5's multi-core result is 2,370. These are not the best results in the segment, but for regular users the Realme 10 Pro Plus has more than enough power. In addition, under sustained loads, the device maintains an impressive 88% of its peak performance, which is a big plus in my book. For gaming, I used PUBG New State, which ran at 60 frames per second on ultra graphics with no major stuttering after extended use. However, I would reduce the graphics for a more seamless experience. The phone also has up to 8GB of LPDDR4X RAM and an additional 8GB of virtual swap memory in addition to the 256GB of UFS 2.1 internal storage. In terms of other features, the device includes an in-display fingerprint sensor that works as advertised. When 5G service becomes available in your city, the device will have 5G capabilities with support for both SA and NSA bands. I also like how good the stereo speakers sound, particularly the depth they provide in the audio while remaining stable at higher volumes. The device runs Realme UI 4.0, which is based on Android 13, making it the first Realme phone to do so out of the box. Most UI elements, such as the drop-down menu and quick settings, are similar to those found in Android 12. However, there are a few new features, such as audio control and recommendation on the always-on display while listening to Spotify. The interface is cluttered, with numerous Realme apps populating the home screen and app drawer. There is also an annoyance that appears every time you download an app and recommend similar or trending apps. Aside from that, Realme UI 4.0 is simple to use, intuitive, and customizable. The phone has a 5000 mAh battery inside its ultra-slim chassis. In terms of usage, the Realme 10 Pro Plus lasted about 6 hours, which included nearly 3 hours of Netflix and about an hour of PUBG New State. I can confidently state that with moderate usage such as social media and Chrome browsing, the device will easily last the entire day and then some. If you do need a quick charge, the 67-watt charging station has you covered. It can charge the phone from 0 to 100% in less than 45 minutes. I believe that no other phone in this price range of $200 to $300 captures the imagination like the Realme 10 Pro Plus. Aspects such as the curved AMOLED screen definitely outweigh the device's weight. I also like how it feels in my hand, like an elegant piece of hardware that isn't typically associated with anything in the mid-range category. Is it not without flaws? Without a doubt. No device is perfect, and I believe Realme could have used a better ultra-wide shooter and cleaned up the UI. Hardcore performance enthusiasts will undoubtedly find solace in options such as the Redmi K50i. However, as a whole, the Realme 10 Pro Plus provides a comprehensive smartphone experience that will not disappoint its intended audience.